That feels a bit better, having smartened myself up. Who issued one of these to someone whose name was Holy War? Because someone whose name was Holy War went and killed 2 Jews in a synagogue at Yom Kippur in Manchester last night, or the night before last, and now there is rioting on the streets in Trafalgar Square. With people carrying Palestinian flags and I thought, good job there aren't any Union Jacks there, otherwise that would kick off. But it's already kicked off because there's clearly police having a difficult time. Now let's join the dots. He did not open fire on women and children. Or rather, women and children were not amongst the casualties. I condemn his action. It's against the law in the United Kingdom. Do I have a sense of why he might do it? Of course I do. He saw something, took a phone call from his family, perhaps in Syria. He may have been told that the Israelis have just killed people he knows. It's not to say I sympathise with him, but I am making some point about his name was Holy War. What the fuck? So I cannot condemn his holy war. No, I'm not going to be apologetic here. I'm just saying I'm processing. Now, Keir Starmer, Sir Keir, you're suggesting that some additional documentation, some additional virtual documentation, some identity cards, some will somehow assist us in supporting, in eliminating these kinds of threats? Will it make people feel more comfortable? Will it allow them to live with their neighbours in a better way? No. There is nothing wrong with national insurance number, and there is nothing principally wrong with a British passport, but we must be slightly mad if we are issuing passports to Muslims whose name is Holy War. I would articulate, I think that they need to change their name if they want to live in this country. Now, do I understand that having let that happen, that we have issued the right to abode to Muslims from Syria whose name is Holy War? We, I suppose, have to accept that this will be the result of pursuing a policy of supporting the genocide in Gaza, the colonization of the West Bank, the Zionist plan for Israel, and we must have no part of it. And we learned this week that Tony Blair is involved, along with the American president, along with the Prime Minister of Israel, and we're rolling out the red carpet for them all the time. You have so misjudged the mood of the nation. I call for your resignation, but what good is it for one person in the West Country to call for your resignation? A knight of the realm, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. No, I can't say you have to go. What I say has to happen is that you do have to recognise the will of the people for peace in the Middle East and stopping the killing. Israel does not have the right to go on the offensive. It's like us going to war with Syria now on account of the fact that some Syrian has decided to kill some Jews in our backyard. We're... If you right, so within your party, you have failed to control. No, you have failed to reach consensus in your own party as to how this is supposed to go. All right? The string of scandals has continued. You're looking like a bunch of clowns. You said you were coming in on a raft of change, and we are not seeing it. So, I put you in this bunch of rise of authoritarians. Yeah? The state is right, is what you're saying. No. Stop the export of arms. Stop the surveillance that's going on in Gaza. Stop the genocide. Stop supplying it. Condemn Israel. Bring their leaders to account. Have them up on a charge. And you got a chance of being off the charge yourself. I can't see that you don't see it that way, but instead you close ranks. The more people push, the more you people close ranks and cannot say we got it wrong and we're moving on. Have I talked in this 8 minutes about Tony Blair's involvement in this whole raft of proposals that seems to be coming down the pipeline? It's ridiculous. Well, I mean, maybe we have a minor seat at the table somewhere, right? But it's for us to shut up and put up for a moment. In terms of what the solution is, but bringing pressure on Israel in order to stop Israel's Zionist expansion plan in the Middle East has to be your priority. Ending the genocide. And stop covering for Prince Andrew and the Epstein files. Look, the way to bring down legally the establishment and accept the will of the people. Nobody wants more killing and more retribution in Israel. And what do the people in this country know about, like, the release of hostages when there's tens of thousands of hostages held, Palestinian hostages held? in detention. As if, I mean, on top of the entire population of Gaza and those who are permitted to eat. And so the flaw in my mate Harry's argument, which says that we've got a pit bull and two Jack Russells in the same pen and there's going to be bloodshed. Is all mixed up with being in their genes, and that isn't where it is. The mix up is in people's heads. The bitterness and the hatred they hold. Now, I've seen Charlie Kirk's widow dig deep and say, I forgive my husband's killer. And yet at the same time, and in the same memorial service, I saw Trump say, no, no, no. Where she and I differ, I hate my enemies. So here I am, someone in the Christian tradition, trying to come to terms with the social divide that has opened in this country and the social divides that have been opened in this country and the reasons for their existence and the lack of action on our government to reduce the tensions that are arising by not pursuing a course of peace. This is all wrong. And you need to U-turn. You need to be proud and make a U-turn, mate. Mate, there's no mate about it, is there? This country is a tinderbox at the moment, and it shouldn't be. All her ways are peace. There's another country I've heard of long ago, most dear to them that love her, most good to those that know. I implore you, my fellow humans,